What two forces are behind motivation? Hello everyone, Anita here. Today we are going to talk about the two forces that are behind motivation. This is a continuation of my last video that explains how motivation relates to psychology. Now this is also a standalone video, so you're welcome to go back and watch that one before or after this video, or just watch this one. Whatever motivates you. A quick note is that I learned all of this information from Dr. Richards, so please note that these are not all my original thoughts, but rather what Dr. Richards taught me in my motivational psychology class. Here's a little bit of what I learned from the class. Like I mentioned in my last video, motivation is about what gives us the motive to put things into action by moving us. There are two influences that have the power to move us. These influences are external and internal. External means anything outside of yourself that may influence you in some way. Also, external forces pull us. Can you guess what internal forces do? That's right, they push us. Remember in the last video where I mentioned that motives share root words with emotion? Well, here's where they relate even more. Emotions move us by making us do things. Like when you're sad about something, you might be motivated to go out and get some comfort food to make you feel better and release some of those feel-good hormones. Or when you're angry, you might be motivated to do something silly like throw your cell phone and break it. Your own cell phone. I've done it before. I have this thing with anger that I really have to get under control. So hopefully you can understand why emotions are an important internal motivation. So on the other end of the motivational drive, we have external motivation. This is pretty much anything that becomes an incentive for you. An incentive encourages you to do something. For instance, when I'm playing video games, my incentive can be to complete the achievements. So I'm motivated to keep playing my game until I get most of the attainable achievements. Another example is that many content creators might have the incentive to create videos because they can make money from them. I don't, however, because I don't think there's any money left here for me because all the bigger content creators are taking all the good ads and, you know, our smaller channels are just, they don't have a chance. So there's that. But honestly, my incentive is just to share my knowledge with you, and if you're interested, and hopefully I can help you in some way, and you can absorb any information you want from my channel. Those external forces are known as anticipated rewards. An incentive can also be something that comes from the environment called an anticipated adversive outcome, which just means to avoid a punishment you know will happen if you do something wrong. For instance, jail time for committing a crime. I bet there's many people motivated not to commit any crimes since they know there is a punishment. People would probably break the law all the time if there was no anticipated adversive outcome like prison. However, there are some people that go unpunished, and that's why they continue to break the law. They don't see a real anticipated adversive outcome because it's not really something that they've ever had to deal with. There's no reason for them to stop in those cases. So you either have the emotion that pushes you to want to do something, or you do something with the pull of expecting to get something you want in return. Wait a minute, if we have a push and a pull into action, what is it that ends our motivation? How do we stop? I'm glad you asked. Motivation ends when we get what we want. As soon as I reach my goals, get my incentive, or avoid prison, my motivations have been gratified. So those are the two forces behind motivation. However, when we talk about internal motivation, we have to talk about emotions. We'll get into that more in depth in another video because emotions also has two parts to it. Make sure to subscribe to my channel with notifications on and leave a like if it motivates you. Also, if you want to check out my sources or just get more information about motivation and incentives, you can check out the description down below for that information. See you later, Stargazer. Bye! How's that ice cream?
It's good.
Oh, all right then.